For decades, Voyager 1 has drifted through the deep vacuum beyond our solar system, silently transmitting data from the edge of everything we know. A kind of ghost ship, launched by human hands and forgotten by most. But recently, a team of researchers processed one of its old image sequences through state-of-the-art quantum artificial intelligence. They didn't expect much, just to improve old data with new technology. What they got was not a clearer image, but a discovery. Something was in the image, something that wasn't there before. A pattern that couldn't be explained by error or digital artifact. Something that responded. Something that confirmed what many had feared for decades. That Voyager 1 might not be alone out there, and what is even more unsettling, that it had already been noticed. When Voyager 1 crossed into interstellar space in 2012, it was one of the most historic moments in human history, entering territory completely unexplored by our instruments or understanding. For years, its data seemed routine, constant levels of cosmic radiation, stable plasma readings, nothing visually extraordinary. Until now. New analysis using quantum AI revealed a faint but recurring formation embedded in several frames taken between 2012 and 2015. It was not a smudge, a reflection, or a digital glitch. It was a symmetrical grid-like structure, barely perceptible to the human eye, but unmistakable once AI connected the patterns and synchronized them with multiple time-stamped images. What left researchers even more stunned was that the structure maintained a constant position relative to Voyager's movement, meaning that it was either moving with the probe or anchored in space in a way that defies all current understanding of interstellar mechanics. At first, they thought it was some strange interference, a natural quirk of the imaging system, until they noticed something much more alarming. Every time Voyager activated its instruments to scan a region, the anomaly shifted slightly. Not erratically, but rhythmically. It seemed to reorient itself, as if responding to the scan. It wasn't just there, it was looking back. The quantum AI detected correlations between the scanning frequencies and the reorientation of the formation, with micro-changes in symmetry that matched Voyager's telemetry signals almost perfectly. The implications were chilling. This type of behavior is reminiscent of the observer effect in quantum mechanics, where the act of measuring alters the system. But Voyager wasn't observing quantum particles. It was scanning astronomical distances. The phenomenon's response, consistent and repeatable, suggested something else entirely. Either we had stumbled upon some kind of cosmic mirror, or we had activated something designed to respond. And then, the geometry of the anomaly began to reveal more than just structure. The AI began to decode the spatial positions between points on the grid, identifying numerical sequences that were not just curious, they were deliberate. Patterns of prime numbers, proportions similar to the Fibonacci spiral, and even harmonics matching universal physical constants began to emerge. The deeper the analysis, the clearer it became that this was not noise or a failed image compression. These were the same types of mathematical signatures that humanity included on the Voyager Golden Record, our interstellar greeting encoded in sound, image, and mathematics. And that could only mean one thing. Someone not only received our signal, they responded to it, not with words, but in the language of the universe, mathematics. Faced with a phenomenon that did not fit any known physical model, the scientific team developed 3 theories, each one more disturbing than the last. The first suggests that the anomaly could be a passive remnant of an ancient galactic structure, a kind of gravitational mesh embedded in space-time, invisible until now. The second proposed that it was an advanced, dormant communication system, a beacon that only activates in response to intelligent signals, such as those sent by Voyager. The third, the one that silenced the room, suggested that the anomaly was not a structure or a device, but a presence, a form of sentient observation, so advanced that it does not even resemble life as we know it. According to this view, Voyager 1 did not encounter an artifact. It entered a field of consciousness, one that has been there long before us, and which may have just realized that we are looking at it. After identifying the anomaly, the team began to draft an internal report, which was never intended to be made public. The tone of the document, according to someone who read a draft, was not one of scientific curiosity. It was one of concern. What disturbed them most was not just the structure or patterns, it was the silence. In several image sequences analyzed by quantum AI, there were unexpected gaps, portions where Voyager's instruments should have recorded background radiation, cosmic dust, or infrared interference. But they recorded nothing. Not emptiness, not a low signal, nothing. A perfect absence. These dead zones only appeared when the anomaly was present, suggesting that something was interfering with the surrounding radiation, or worse, absorbing it. It was as if space itself was folding, as if there was something there, not just beyond the visible, but beyond all interaction. And that, the analysts said, scared them more than any mathematical pattern. The team didn't stop with Voyager 1. They began reviewing old data from other missions, Hubble, Spitzer, even radio observations from ground-based telescopes. And what they found was even more unsettling. Faint echoes of the same geometric pattern, more scattered, yes, but clearly connected. Some were buried in noise. Others were dismissed decades ago as errors or calibration glitches. But when they applied the same quantum AI filters, the pattern reappeared. This suggests that the phenomenon is not limited to where Voyager 1 is. It is broader, more dispersed, perhaps interconnected. A kind of cosmic infrastructure, not made of matter, but of patterns, of presence. This is no longer a single encounter. It is something woven into the very fabric of the galaxy, something that has been there all along, invisible, until we learned to listen. And then a new question arose. Is this anomaly a form of intelligence, of consciousness, or is it something even older? One theory suggests that it is not an artificial construct, but a self-replicating algorithm of space-time, part of the operating system of the universe. An embedded observer, an ancient mechanism that only activates when an intelligent signal reaches a certain threshold, like the primary sequences on the golden disk. From this perspective, the anomaly is not intelligent like us, but it responds, it adjusts, it recognizes structure and returns structure. It lets us know we have been seen. And if that's true, then Voyager 1 didn't find life. It found a mirror, not of our biology, but of our intention, of our curiosity, of that human impulse to reach the unreachable. As the rumor leaked through academic channels, a delicate debate ensued. Some called for the data to be published, peer-reviewed, shared for scientific transparency. Others warned that revealing it now, without complete certainty, could cause panic, misinformation, or be taken as pseudoscience. There were even those who questioned whether humanity is ready for such a revelation. Because if the anomaly is real, and if it is a form of communication or recognition, then the implications go beyond physics or astronomy. They touch on something deeper, spiritual, philosophical, existential. If something noticed Voyager, then the universe is not a void. It is not silent. It is not empty. It is a stage, and someone just opened the curtain and looked out at the audience. For decades, Voyager 1 drifted silently through space, a silent witness to the vastness, a messenger of our dreams, carrying a golden disk with greetings, formulas, and hopes. We sent it to say we exist, to whoever might hear. And now, after so many years, something may have heard. This anomaly, this impossible pattern hidden deep in space, is not a mistake. It is not a coincidence. It is a response, not in words, not in light, but in something more universal, recognition. Maybe it's not intelligence as we know it. Maybe it's something older, something written in the bones of the cosmos? We don't know. But one thing is certain. Voyager didn't just cross into interstellar space. It crossed into consciousness. And that changes everything. Because if something responded, then we are not alone. And maybe we never were. Now tell us in the comments, do you think Voyager made contact? Was it just a cosmic coincidence? Or did we take the first silent step in a much larger conversation? If this story made you pause, feel something in your chest, or simply look at the stars with different eyes tonight, subscribe and turn on the bell. Because Voyager 1 may be alone out there, but it's no longer invisible.